everyone. My name is Roderick D. Talley, and I'd like to welcome you to our third book review. Now, before I get into this review, I'd like to remind you all of how I actually do these reviews. First of all, I only give positive feedback because there's really no wrong way to write. Everybody has their special way of writing, their special gift, their special way of delivery that they bring their message out. And there's already enough critics in the world anyway. And so I'm here to actually do the opposite and support these writers and to do the best that I can to keep encouraging them to keep writing. So, with that being said, I'd like to introduce our next book up for review, and it is Angel by Khadijah Senegal. Now, I actually met this young lady at my very first event as a vendor over in Compton, California. She had her daughter with her, who was very precious, and she was actually nice enough to allow us to use some of her extra tablecloths. You know, that's something that I didn't even think about, something I didn't even think I would need. As a vendor, that's one of those beginners learning experiences. But yeah, she was very nice enough to help us out. And so I always appreciate that kind of stuff. I never forget the small things. So what this book is about is it's basically a children's book, a very good children's book, so I highly advise you to read it to your children. And it comes from the perspective of a young girl who is growing up in a single parent household. Now, this is a very common situation, a very unfortunate common situation that we see, especially amongst minority households, or let's just say African American households is what particularly. But I really like a couple of things about this book. The first thing is that although it is under an unfortunate situation, it doesn't really give that kind of sense. It doesn't give you that kind of feel. It presents a real positive ambiance throughout the book despite the situation. You know, the little girl is always joyful. The mom is always positive. Her friends are positive. The people that, you know, are involved, the neighbors are positive. And I really enjoy that it brings out a really positive ambiance through a negative situation, although both parents aren't there. So the second part that I really like about this book, it was actually a particular part where the little girl tells one of her friends at school, you know, it was just her and her mom. And, you know, her friend was actually like, it's okay, you know, you can use my dad on the weekends if you want. And so the little girl was really excited and went home and told her mom. And that really made me think about when I was younger. A lot of the young men that I went to high school with and middle school with, unfortunately, they didn't have a father figure in their homes either. And so there's a lot of, I wouldn't say a whole ton, but there was definitely enough of our friends and people that we hung out with in high school and middle school that kind of looked up to my dad as a role model because their dad wasn't around. And I actually heard back from a couple of them years later, like after high school was over, and you know, they were telling me they were doing well, and one of the things that really helped them along their way into adulthood was them seeing a positive role model. There's them seeing a positive male figure in our culture. And so that's really big to me. So that part really stuck out to me on a bit of more of a personal level. So where you can find this book is pretty much several avenues, but the main places you can find them are on her website at www.khadijahwrotit.com. You can also link up with her on Instagram at Girl with the Books and on Facebook at Khadijah Senegal Books. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, y'all have a blessed day. I would like to thank the wonderful Miss Shalonda McFarlane for allowing me to use her music. Make sure y'all check out our album, available now on Amazon. Here at RD Talley Books Publishing, we are doing several things to help other writers and artists achieve the goals that they have set forth for themselves. If you'd like to view any more information, or if you have any specific question as to how we could be of assistance to you, feel free to visit our website at www.rdtallybooks.com, or you can email me directly at roderickTally@gmail.com.